Hello everyone, how's it going? Today I'm bringing you a Syrtis major build order. It's a 10 by 10 with a lot of mass, as you can see. Every little dot is 10 mass for a total of 23,000, so pretty much an experimental. Now let's talking about the map and we're talking about the BO. We want to start 2 pigeons. Mex, pigeon, mex, and then we want to come right here and make one factory and then another one. And then for our engineers, we're gonna do egg engineers, tank scout, and then infinite engineers. And hopefully our AC is gonna do everything correctly. I hope. Then our first engineer, very important. We're gonna do this mex, then we're gonna come here. Then we're gonna come here. Then we want to like pick up some rocks over here, as many as we can. Then pick up some more over here. Hopefully we don't stall. Then we want to pick this over here. I think the next NG just came out. Okay, it did, and it's not moving here. Put your waypoint here. And with this guy, you want to do 1 pigeon. I mean hydro, 1 pigeon, air factory. Let's move a little bit here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you want to do something like this. So basically you want to do 1 pigeon air factory. This guy's supposed to come here. Okay, I'm gonna try hard a little bit with this guy. He was supposed to be reclaiming on an attack move order, but now he's on his own thing. This guy, believe it or not, you're actually gonna send it him here. Then here. Then here, and then we have to build this stuff. There. You can do all of that for me. Then for this factory, we want to start being very offensive. People usually are not very offensive on this map. Now this one, our 6th NG, I think it is. Our 6th NG comes here, and then we want to reclaim a little bit more with him. This video is a little bit intense, is what I would call it. Oh shit, yeah. You keep reclaiming, friend. And this is this guy, where does he go? Oh, I guess he can reclaim this, because then I can... Kinda fixed itself, to be honest. But yeah, you pretty much do this, then grab this guy, and do this. Then this is our 8th, right? Okay, we are 8th. Engineer, we want to start making our factories. And probably a line. Then we're air factory. We want to make an air scout, the typical stuff. Oh shit, ASU then wants to move here, make this factory, then come here. A lot of stuff going on this video, to be honest. Then with our air scout, we want to scout through here, because as you can see, there's a flag and 2 tech 1 PDs in the middle, and darn it, these guys are supposed to come here. With your engines, you want to start sending them here. It's kinda a little bit hard, to be honest, managing all of these things. What did I just select? Oh, this factory, then this factory, you want to grab it and put it here. This guy should already be here, which is kinda very unlucky for me. Then after this guy comes here, you want to start like cycling your NGs where they go. You want to have one over here, one over here, one over here. Then I think I'm gonna start leaving them to come here, because I want to start supporting more the air factories. And also this guy making this line of factories as well. I would say over like now you can like make 2 engineers. Just continue. The point of this is that we're sending this much force to block our opponent from coming here. That's sort of the BO pretty much. Am I missing anything? I'm gonna send this guy. I think I'm gonna need the mass. I'm about to find out if I am going to need the mass or not. Hopefully not. Everything seems to be going fine, of course. Oh no. With this guy, you want to start making Syrtis. Then you want to grab one of your 2 engines from here and send it here. And the other guy can like do this, and I think I'm gonna actually queue another one. And then yeah, you have like a lot of tanks here. You're trying to have some tanks here. Then I have my other air factory. I don't have anything else. Then these 2 guys. One of you can help here. Oh, I already have 2 guys here, so I'm not too bothered by that. Is everybody okay? Oh yeah, the AC needs to move. You 2 guys. Attack here. Where my engines are idling. This case idling. This case idling. This case idling. This case idling. Another factory. I can probably go for a tech to max. You guys, I'll work on this. Then make more Tecmo pigeons, please. I'm a little bit slow. My reaction to the mass bar. Well, this is pretty much the BO. You definitely want 3 engines here. I kinda should have sent more guys here to help. Because we definitely have like a lot of mass. And we don't want to keep wasting it on our eco bar. But this is a pretty good thing to do. And then you can like reclaim these walls and come here and like you start reclaiming this, because this is a gateway, so it's worth like 3k mass. And this is pretty much the BO. Make sure your engines are always reclaiming something or somewhere. I'm under attack because it's getting hit by the PT. And this is pretty much. Also, we rush. Here, you guys can start rushing this. It's like much more helpful. We rush the Tech 2 air because we want to make Tech 2 pigeons. Oh my god, so many other factories. This is pretty sad. Then this guy didn't make this. Probably send some in here. Then you know, send your air scouts. ACU needs to come here. Start reclaiming. People usually send a lot of stuff here. Probably get another Tech 1 max. No. I need you to make Tech 1. Tech 2 engines, my friend. I need one from here, one from here. One from here, one from here. One from here. Doing this. And then maybe you can come here. You can do this. Then the ASU. Obviously, this is not gonna be so easy to win. Or mid. There's probably gonna be a lot of RT. But you want to start getting mass. Then do I have any freaking Tech 2 engineers? Oh, here's a guy. And everybody, please assist him. Okay, this guy did it. Now we're gonna start building our nice little thing. Oh boy. Okay. Actually, okay, this is the last one. And we do want to have a lot of span coming to one of the 2 ways, because it's gonna be very good for us to have a lot of span. And this thing at this point can just, you know, start doing this. We're getting obscene mass because of that, and then you can, you know, start making more Tech 2 mechs. Yeah, way more Tech 2 mechs. And then we can start going for something like 1 gunship, 2 intis, 1 gunship, 2 intis, or if we have like absolute air control, we can just go all gunships. So this is pretty much the build order for, what is it called again? Syrtis Major. As you can see, we have a pretty, somewhat clean, you know, it's not nothing perfect or crazy. We have a somewhat clean pickup of the reclaim here, a little bit here, like we did a little bit decent over here, like we need more picking up, but I mean it's okay. As you can see, like you want to pick up these, you want to pick up all of these, and we kinda did. There isn't that much, and that's your goal. You want to pick up all these little rocks, and you don't need to have too many engineers doing this. You just need like 1 guy picking up, like, look, this guy picked up all of these 2 guys, and I think a 3rd one over here picked all of these. And it's like all of these trucks, and you may be thinking, oh shit, I need like 10 engineers, I'm gonna put a factory here. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be throwing a factory like that. You want to have one engineer here, one engineer here, one engineer here, like 6 engineers will quickly clean this up. And then after that, you also want to, you know, start taking these, take these, make sure your units are going well, and you want to spam a lot of Tech 1 because, what's the word, this map gets very quickly, you want to, what's the word, it's very easy to get overrun if you don't spam, because if you don't spam very well, your opponent can threaten you here. Like for example, here we don't have that many units, like we only have like 2 factories, and one of them isn't even on anymore. It's because it's making engineers. But what was I saying? Yeah, you want to make sure that you don't get overrun here or here, because you lose these 3 mexes, these 2 mexes. You also lose access to reclaim around here, and it's really bad to like lose one of these 2 sides. Like if you lose here and opponent's units get through here, then you lose 7 mexes and the hydro, and you always get this being threatened too. So it's really bad. So like you want to have stuff here, here, and here, and make a lot of raiders. I didn't make a lot of raiders, to be honest. You do have like air scouts to check what's happening, but you definitely don't want to get overrun on one of these, because then your opponent, you know, if your like if you, for example, if you overrun here, like obviously there's no resistance, but I get these 2 mexes, I get to keep these. I threaten this, like Tech 1 RT. Do you have any RT here? Tech 1 RT can attack these from here, which is excessively good. And then if you lose middle is very important because of the 3k reclaim here and all the other little reclaim pieces around. And it also opens up for attacks to here or here. The only issue I'm gonna tell you is that don't rush the main base, because look at this, there's how many? I have 13 factories, and I can easily put 30 tanks, 49 near the main base. So it's super extremely hard to crack up. Like I would say it's easier to make like a drop around here. Oh, I'm kinda lagging a lot, to be honest. It's a lot of units. But anyways, let's go to the replay and I'll explain more over there. Okay everyone, so today we have Tagada versus Swkoll on Syrtis Mayor. And Tagada going for something very similar to what we did. He's making 2 pigeons. Yeah, he's going for a lot more energy though. Oh, the AC walks, not nice. But he makes 2 pigeons. He doesn't send 1 here earlier, he goes for here. Slow it down a little bit so we can process better what's going through Tagada's mind. But he is something similar. You see he has 3 pigeons here, and then he makes his 2 land factories. He has 2 engines on the hydro. His air factory is a little bit slower, but you know, maybe he'll make up for it with more land factories. It depends. He has a lot of energy. He has this raiding party. He's coming through here. This guy is not building any factories here. He's getting this stuff. And he has another one which I'm very surprised like how fucking good he was able to manually reclaim all of this. I do not have that strength. And so pretty much a similar build order. From this factory he's making all engineers, which is very valid. You can have like a much more explosive growth because there's a lot of reclaim here, it's more greedy. But I prefer the much more aggressive sending tanks this way and cock blocking your opponent from getting this. He has slower air, so obviously he does have bombers, there's a lab, there's like a lot of things coming here. And I feel like that's one of the issues of being slower on air, is that you definitely get punished. He dodges, but now there's also an inti out, so killing that bomber is going to be even harder. He also meets some enemy units here because he has a lab and no tanks, so all of these engineers need to start hurry up on making another factory. He has pretty much a little bit of the same setup. He's also making factories here. He is, however, lacking an engineer for this, lacking an engineer for this, lacking an engineer for this, and it feels like Swkoll is about to have a really good time because Tagada is overflowing 200 energy, because you can see he's building a lot of it, and minus 242 mass, while our friend Swkoll he is doing pretty fine as well. Again, I feel like it's really strong to send the tanks here, but they're both going for the more eco approach. He does make a factor here. I do think it's okay, but it's a little bit like it's 250 mass. That's here being spent. Could be another factory, but he's not really having economy issues right now, so he's fine. And at the moment, it seems like Swkoll is having a really good time. This expansion shouldn't be this slow, especially because Swkoll was the one that raided with a tank here. So had he sent this engineer here, no, like, what was it? I think the engineer that came here probably here, and sent another one here, he could have already started like this expansion, and he hasn't, which I think it's super slow. Then he has this group of tanks. It's kind of like no units here. Like, one tip for everyone watching is I think this is too unsafe. Like, he has 4 factories, 5 about to come. He's sending a lot of units this way, which, yes, there's like a big group of units coming, but I feel like this should have at least only 1 factory, because having no units just leaves you so exposed to like these 3 units that can just come and absolutely stop this, and it's very annoying. And I feel, at least, for example, Tagada has some units coming here, that's good, but I worry more about Swkoll not having units here. It's kinda like he could get annoying. Also, as you can see, both ACUs have their little Tech 1 RTs, and they're trying to get the reclaim. Let's speed it up a little bit more. Is Tagada going to take to land? No, he's making most of his land here. Any take to anything. So you can see, very spammy map. Both decide to drop here, which I don't know. Maybe it's good to drop if you don't have the engineer sent, but I feel like had they sent it earlier, they could have already have this. And I'm a little bit surprised by their lack of stuff. Like, for example, here Swkoll. This is very important. I feel Swkoll is making a terrible mistake here, because he has 5 idle engineers here, and he has another 5 more or less, 6 with this one. No, 5 engineers and 5 engineers. And had they spread them apart better in the mountain, they could be doing more for him. Instead, these ones are idle and these ones are idle, so like he's doing like a big mass investment here that's not being very efficient. Tagada, on the other hand, is even worse. He completely forgets about his freaking expansion, which you can literally pick 1 engineer, pick 2 engineers, pick 3 engineers, as we saw, and then do something. Like, he could just come here and drop here and pick up that stuff. He's having a better time here, but it's again the same. This is efficient where you're trying to go automatic, but you don't really need like 5 engineers picking up the same thing. Like, they are literally, as you can see, all the beams pop up at the same time. They are trying to pick up the exact same rock. 1 rock, 2 rocks, and there's 6 engineers, and they're picking at the same speed as 1 engineer, because they are picking the exact same rock. Now here they're both that mass, and that's very important. You want to pick up the mass. Even like, don't get hit by like 6 artists at the same time. You want to be careful about that, because you want to have your own artists helping you. Like here, I worry about Swkoll. He's moving, so he's gonna dodge these artist shots from the favors, but I definitely won matches where we're both picking up the mass. I have 5 artists, my opponent isn't looking, and if you hit like 5 artist shots 2 or 3 times, you are going to lose like 5k HP, and it's very easy to like beat you. So here, for example, he retreats early. I'm not sure about staying, but he should be leaving. The units are gonna have a lot of struggle here due to all the walls and structures, but he's in a little bit of danger had he not moved away. And again, here's what I'm saying. Swkoll loses 3 mexes pretty much for free against 1 lab and 3 tanks, which he shouldn't have lost, so he at least put 1 waypoint here. And with that one waypoint, well, he does a drop. Well, he could have just started raiding this already. And Tagada does the same. No, it's not a drop. Tagada just walks in through here. But anyhow, this is pretty much the map. It's a very turtley map. It's about then these points become choke points. When you have a choke point and your opponent is putting down like 10 Tech 2 PDs, Tech 1 PD, and they want to turtle an area, you should eco. Make some units, make raiders, eco. When your opponent is turtling and they're just fucking puking all sorts of freaking defensive stuff, you want to do economy. Why? Because defensive units, defensive structures, mass to mass will beat units. So even with like 100 pillars or other Tech 2 units or 100 Tech 1 units, you're still gonna struggle a lot here, because look how narrow this passageway is, making it very easy for him to have half the units and then just having like 3 or 4 Tech 2 PDs, which, for by the way, you can also pull over here to attack this area from above. And it's just very brutal to try to attack that, so I just recommend go Tech 3 and then start. Is that Tech 3 max? Nice. And then start, what's the word? Go Tech 3 air, go Tech 3 land, eco even more, go somewhere else. There's 3 passageways, and if your opponent is able to afford putting PDs, Tech 1 PDs and Tech 2 PDs in all of them, then there's something really wrong. And then again, I just think this is game over, pretty much. Swkoll lost his expansion, he was not able to keep it. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tech 2 maxes, but no units, which isn't bothering Tagada, who has 1k more mass. Tagada finally looks at this. Swkoll still barely has picked up stuff like here, and it's kind of like, now he's gonna start. He could be threatening this, and it's just like it's over. You don't want to eco too much, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Tech 2 maxes, bringing 1. It's just too much. Then this Tech 2 PD isn't really doing much for him right here. Like, it's not doing anything. So it's kind of like, Tagada on the other hand, it's already Tech 3 land. As you can see, he doesn't have, well, he has 3 Tech 2 maxes, but he's on Tech 3 land, while our good friend Swkoll just cannot hold anything. And I think this game is about to end with Swkoll dying, because he really doesn't have anything. Like, he doesn't have this. Tagada could just fucking absolutely destroy everything here. He also needs to protect this, so it's kinda like game over, pretty much. Tagada just has more mass. Tagada is on Tech 3 land. It's just very rough for anything to happen here, and this is kinda, yeah. And that's the match. So Swkoll went for obscenely massive eco, which can be good, but you want to make a balance so that you don't lose all your mexes around here just because you went for a fuckload of Tech 2 mexes. While Tagada still has eco, but he first had a lot of units here, and he secures his safety here and here, so he can eco more and be safe, while Swkoll doesn't have the units to protect his expansion. So yes, he ecos, but he loses so many mexes that all the eco he builds up doesn't really matter anymore, because he lost 4, 5, 6, 7 mexes, 8, 9, 10 mexes, which are basically like 3 Tech 2 mexes, and Tagada has 1, 2 extra. So yeah, it's kind of rough to lose that many. It's like he has 3 extra Tech 2 mexes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 against 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, he has more eco, but then again, Tagada also has Tech 3 land, which is extremely good. Is Tech 2 land good on this map? Yes, but then again, Tech 2 land is not gonna be able to break through like one of these gaps. This is very good defensive position. Like, how many units do you think can like enter through here? Really? Like, you see this? It's very tight. Same here. Look how tight it is. There's like no space for anything, and same around here. Very tight canals. Not a lot of units, so you need the highest amount of firepower in the smallest concentration. Meaning, it's better to have 5 Tech 3 units on this narrow gap than to have 100 Tech 1 that only, I don't know, 20, 15, probably like 20 can fit here, like 20 at a time can fit. That is gonna get absolutely obliterated against 5 Tech 3 land units. Like imagine, I don't know, 5 Authums against 100 Mantis, and you can only send like only like 10 Mantis can attack and only like 20 can go. It's just gonna be like absolute bloodshed. But yeah, if the 100 Mantis were like on an even field and they would all be attacking at the same time, then obviously they will win. But that's usually not the case, and this map it's very tight, so don't spam some Tech 1, don't go crazy on Tech 1, Eco. That's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna try continue doing this series. I'm sorry if I have a couple of delays, and I hope you're all having a good time.